Find this. We're
All
good.
right. Hey, guys. Welcome to Pack Baseball and Softball Academy. You're inside the dugout with the Pack tonight. And you've got your moderator and superstar, Campbell. If you wave, Campbell, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
And then we have Coach Larry, which he's the best coach on the call, unless I tell you different. Fair?
Fair.
All right, guys. Well, this is our inaugural call. This is our first live, and we're super excited to bring this to you. Pack Baseball and Softball Academy is brand new, and we're going to talk a little bit about our background. So we'll do it a little bit different in this call. We're going to talk a little bit about our background. We're going to talk about what's happening with the Pack right now, and then we're going to talk about where we're going in the future and how this community really serves our why and what we're doing for coaches. Does that sound good?
Yes.
All right. So, first off, we're going to start with the only lady in the room right now. Cambell, why don't you tell us a little bit about you, who you are, how you're related to Larry and I, and what your role in this community is?
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Campbell, as Coach Taylor said. And I have been managing baseball teams since I was 12 years old. So for about 9, almost 10 years now. And currently I'm the manager of the club baseball team at DU. I'm a senior there. And my role for this site will be as the moderator. So if you have any questions, you can shoot those my way. And if it's anything I can't answer, I'll send you to either JT or to Larry. Um, and I am so excited to be here. JT is my dad, and yeah, I'm so excited to be
Proud,
here.
super proud.
Proud dad there. Good job.
All right, thank you, Campbell. So this other handsome guy on here who's not been doing much talking yet is probably the best coach on the call, and this is Coach Larry. He's been coaching for a little bit longer than me, and I know we both look like dinosaurs. And when you ask us how long we've been coaching, we'll probably tell you since we invented baseball. We've been coaching since then, and we absolutely love baseball. He runs the baseball side of Pack baseball and softball, and I run the softball side. I had 3 daughters, and I'll tell you a little bit about that. So my background is I played baseball in college. I've been playing baseball since I was 4 years old. I immediately fell in love with it. I've had only a few other loves since then, and one of them's on this call, and my daughter. But I am absolutely so in love with this game and with softball and passionate about coaching and the power that a coach has in a kid's life. So they're really, I like to think of it as two coaches. You got the coach off the field, which are their parents at home. And if they're doing a really incredible job with those kids, they're kind of guiding them through life. They're telling them the rules. Here's what to look out for. Here's what to do. And they're supporting them, which is what a coach does on the field. And so you have the coach off the field, you have the coach on the field, and then you work in a synergy where you now become a team. So Pack Baseball and Softball Academy is called that because the strength of the wolf is in the pack, and the strength of the pack is in the wolf. We can't do this without our team. We can't do this without you. We can't do this without your kids. You know, if Larry and I didn't have anybody to coach, we'd go into the facility every night and we would just stand there and talk baseball. But I'm not sure how much impact we would have doing that, right, Larry?
Totally agree. It'd be fun, but yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, it's still fun. It's not that it isn't fun, but and that's part of why we started this community is we got together and we said, okay, in the 24 plus years we've been coaching, we've been able to impact between the two of us thousands of kids. So thousands of kids maybe it sounds like a lot, but to us it's not enough. it's not enough. We need to be able to impact millions of kids. And so we're starting this community where coaches can come, they can share, they can give feedback, they can ask questions. There's all kinds of experts already in this community. And then in just a second here, Larry's going to talk to you a little bit about who he is, where he comes from, and what his passions are. And when you see how passionate our team is, you're probably going to want to eventually become part of that pack, whether it is this online coaches community, or if you're starting and you're thinking about being an independent team and you want the support of the pack, no matter where you are in the country, we have ways that we can do that for you. So it's about taking coaching to another level and making each one of us the best that we can possibly be, and giving you the support that a lot of times when you go into these existing competition organizations, they say, yeah, we'll support you, we'll help you coach, we'll do all this stuff. And as soon as you write them a check, crickets. You don't hear from them again. You can't get a hold of them. All of a sudden, they're not your friend anymore, but they got your check. And you made all these promises to the parents because they made these promises and agreements with you, which they're not keeping immediately. So we started PAC for all of those reasons and many more. But obviously, I can talk this stuff all night. So I'm going to turn it over to Larry for just a second. Larry, talk about your story, who you are, why you're here, what drives you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Coach Martinez, Larry Martinez. I've been coaching for 25 plus years. I mean, it's hard to say how many years I've been coaching. Been doing it ever since I was a kid. Playing baseball, same age as you, 4 or 5 years old, started T-ball, and then into Little League and minors, and then Babe Ruth, and then into high school and college. That's where I started falling in love with the game, was when I was just so young, being on the ball field, playing pickle with all my friends. And whenever there was light outside, we played baseball, either wiffle ball, tennis ball, whatever it may be, we played baseball. Then from there, I went to college, played 4 years of college baseball, 2 in Kansas and 2 in New Mexico. And from there, also played international baseball as well. Went to Australia and into Mexico as well. So I had a vast variety of places I played baseball, and I loved the game. And it just got to me. When I got done playing baseball, I started coaching, and I started at the college-ranked Air Force, a short stint at the Air Force Academy with my college coach, Reed Peters, and then I got a head job at the high school level coaching in Kansas City and Florence. And then from there, I was there about 4 or 5 years, and then I went into CSU Pueblo and coached with Coach Sanchez at Division II. So, it's been quite a journey for me. I have 3 amazing daughters, and when they started to get to their age of playing sports, I took a little time off and I started watching them play their sports. And unfortunately, it's kind of weird, but I had 3 daughters. They all played volleyball and basketball, not one softball player. So it was kind of nice going into the gym and watching them play inside. So, but once I got done playing their sports and they went into college, I got back into coaching baseball again, and I'm in Denver. And I started up a new team called Denver Bears. It was kind of nostalgic. Loved it, and we had a great 3 years of doing that, 4 years of doing that with the players. And from there, we think we had 5 kids that went off to play at the next level, which is awesome. And as of right now, we have 4 more kids that are playing at the D1 and D2 level. So, like Coach said, it's all about making them those memories with those kids and just touching their lives in so many ways other than baseball. And we're able to do that in by this coaching community, for 1, and 2, just being together. And Coach, you and I are 2 of a kind. We both love the game so much, and the passion just comes out of us. And if you can see us talk about baseball on our off times, it's amazing what he says. When I say it's fun, and it's fun to go in the office and talk that every day. And so I'm very blessed on meeting you and having this community, and hopefully we can touch more and more lives, not just in America, international, and wherever we can do.
I love it. I love it. And one of the things, because Cambell sells herself short sometimes, and I want to one up her a little bit right here, which is what I do with the players, and I always do with my girls that I absolutely love. When Campbell was 12 years old, or were you 11 or 12 when you got on stage that first time?
I was 12.
Okay, so she was 12. We went to Atlanta. We went on this road trip. It was so much fun, and we were in front of all these investors, and there were 400 investors in the audience, and she's like, I want to participate. So we had to do some things to be able to allow the organizers of the event said, yeah, okay, Campbell. I mean, they interviewed her and they saw that she was serious and competent and super smart. She's super smart, obviously going to the University of Denver. And then in Ballard Christian before that, but she said, no, I want to participate in the thing. I just don't want to hang out with my dad. I mean, she kind of likes me, I think, most days, but she didn't want to just hang out with dad. She wanted to actually participate. So, long story short, they said, yeah, you can participate. Well, she put together a project, and they said, her group said, we love your project. We want you to do this. And they said, but you're only 12, so we're going to send somebody up on the stage. Well, the organizer of the event, and I don't want to say his name because then you'll know exactly what it is and all that stuff. But he says, wait, he's the guru, right? And he says, Campbell, I heard from the grapevine that you had a really great presentation and you did good research on this company and all this stuff. Do you want me to present that for you? And she goes, or do you want to present that? And she said, yeah. And he said, if you're scared to come on stage, I'll do it for you. And she's like, no, I'll get up on stage. So she got up on stage, she presented her company, and we bought in that company. And it was, and I believe you got money for that too, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was your first paid speaking gig, right?
Yep.
So fast forward a lot of years later, she's now 21. She's at the University of Denver, and 4 years ago, when she was a freshman, she joined the club team. And how many games did you guys win that first year, Cam?
Um, I we didn't win any.
None. I thought you won one. Okay. Zero.
We we might have won one against CC, but it was like at the very end of the year.
Yeah, it was rough, right? It was a rough
Yeah.
program. So fast forward to today. This is her fourth year. So she's coached and managed that team for 3 years. Not only are they more organized, not only do they all have uniforms, not only do they actually look like a baseball team now, they almost made it to the playoffs or the regionals in Utah.
The regional.
Yeah, they almost made it. They were one game out of making it to the regionals, and that's a testament to you, baby girl, of how awesome you are and the value of a coach, right? Because DU's program was just kind of like everybody gets together, and has a good time, but there wasn't a real leader. But when Cambell came in, she was like, no, we need a leader, we need to manage, we need a lineup, we need a plan, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to date myself here, Coach. We played DU in 94, 95. That was the last year they had their varsity program.
Oh, my gosh, before they gave that. Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to date myself there because I remember playing DU, and they had a baseball field with the tennis courts right behind left field.
Yeah.
I remember that feel like it was yesterday. It's funny.
They gave that land to I don't know if they sold it or they gave it to South High School, and then they tore down that field and put some other stuff there.
They had the field at the DU campus when I played against them.
Oh wow!
The two dorm rooms right there.
Yeah,
It was right there.
Oh, and
I remember. Yeah,
they decided they needed those towers more than they needed a baseball field.
Pretty much.
Now it's a parking lot.
Yeah, now it's a parking lot. Exactly.
Not cool. Not cool. So anyway, that is us. That's our story. So let's start talking a little bit about where we're at right now. So there's a lot of things going on with the pack. Not only did we launch our brand, Pack Baseball and Softball Academy. And if you haven't seen it yet, you're going to see it because we're all over the place and marketing is full force. And I don't say that because I'm like, yeah, puffing my chest. What I'm saying is this is the place that everybody's going to want to be because of who we are here. And if you come into the pack, you're part of the family. And I promise you, you're not going to be left out in the cold wondering, well, what do I do with these kids? I'm just a parent who is volunteering. I have no idea. Our community that you're in right now, we're rolling into all the rec leagues and we're rolling it out to the little leagues so that we can access those parent volunteers that are getting thrown into coaching and have no idea what to do when these kids are so malleable and you can really have a lasting impact on them. Now we're going to say, hey, just come into the community and we'll teach you how to coach these kids. And not only will we teach you how to coach these kids well, probably one of them is your kid. And if you want to, come into the pack and coach your kid all the way through, college, if that's what you want, right? And sometimes your kid's going to want you to coach them the whole way. And sometimes they're going to say, you know what? My daughter, my example of this is my middle daughter, Cambell's little sister, is now playing in Iowa at a community college. And her last year of competition softball was like, Dad, could you step down and not coach me so that you could just be my dad for this season? And then I can have a different coach who I look at him as a coach and you just be my dad. And I was like, sure, absolutely. So Larry knows, and he'll smile when I say this. I was behind the backstop, and she's a catcher, and I was, gritting my teeth and telling the other parents what I would normally be coaching her on. But it was a wonderful experience, and that's kind of what we want to be able to do for these parents and for these coaches is not only do you get to experience your kids at a higher level and really create this amazing bond between you and them and their friends. And then also, if you're part of the pack, now you have this huge built-in family that you've actually chosen and is here to support you. And you'll remember them for life. I remember the kids I played with in Little League. I definitely remember the kids I played with in high school. And I remember the guys I played with in college. In fact, I'm still best friends with a lot of them. I mean, these are relationships that are built. And if you have a good experience with your coach and with your team and with your teammates, it becomes something that you cherish and that's a part of you for the rest of your life.
It's a never-ending fraternity of brotherhoods. I mean, or sisterhood too. The girls play too. So it's a sorority or a fraternity, either way you look at it. So it's 100% same with you. I have friends that I played college baseball with. I talk every day still. I mean, just about everything. So you definitely have that relationship bond with your players and with your teammates.
Yeah. So that's where we are right now. So we have a physical facility being acquired right now and being built out in Lone Tree, Colorado. We are building a sports complex in Castle Rock, Colorado. And then we're at the same time building this online community so that we can support coaches really all over the world. I mean, you made connections over the weekend. Where are some of the connections you made, Larry?
Oh, Germany, Australia, Iceland. Baseball's international, coach. You know that, and they're just trying to learn like we can teach them, and so they're just hungry for any information we can give them. They loving it. So when I reach out to these coaches in different countries, Russia, Japan, China. I mean, they're just all coming up to that into our DMs and asking us questions. So I love it.
Nice. And Cambell, I'm going to ask you a quick question here, and this is really about the state of where we're at now. So, I have had the opportunity to help coach the DU team with you, and just go in there on a consulting sort of basis and help out and work through, do some pitching stuff and some catching stuff, and work through some things with your players. What is your perception of the pack as it stands today?
As it stands today, I think it's a great resource to be able to have that support. And coming from a team that's run by college students who have grown up playing baseball, um, it was lovely to be able to have you come in and talk to my officers and show them and kind of model for them what a coach is supposed to look like and what they should be doing in their position. And I've really seen it with my new officers who were elected for this 25-26 season, who worked with you a lot last year. They have started really being active in their role, and asking me how they can help, what they can do. And we've had really great meetings about this season, what we're going to do this season, and how best to go into it with, the goal in mind of going to Utah.
Not just going to Utah, right? You're going to win in Utah.
We're going to win it. It's my last year. I got to go out with a bang.
That's
Hey,
right.
hey Campbell, I really admire what you're doing. When I got done playing baseball, I went to CSU Fort Collins for my last year of college just to go, and I was talked into playing club baseball, and I was like, no, I'm not playing club. There's no way. And I ended up playing, and our team, like you said, officers, we had presidents. I'm not used to that. We used to just playing and we're going. And I saw how it was all run, and there's a lot to it. And to run a good program, you have dues, you got to pay for dues, you got to pay for your trips out there and so forth. But a long story short, we end up winning the College World Series in for club baseball, and we're in Ogden, Utah. So, go get it, get that ring, chase it. It's fun. It's a good ride, and there's no doubt in my mind you won't win it. So, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right. And so what, and maybe I'll let you do this part here since I've been doing so much talking, Larry. Why don't you talk about what's coming in the very near future with the pack?
Um, what's going on with like softball and baseball wise?
Yeah.
Coach, you're leading up a group of girls, 18 under team, and you're going to be taking these group of girls to Vegas for their first tournament of the year. I think it's called the City of Lights, #1. And I was a part of that softball tournament last year around Triple Crown Sports. Great event, great exposure. Colleges all around the nation going to be there watching the girls play and develop. And it's all about getting these girls to the next level. So they're going to have some great chances to get in front of some great coaches. And it's all about learning. So you can get some time out there with the girls, teach them certain things, and just getting better. In the meantime, I'm also taking an 18U team, and we're going to Vegas on the 31st of October for our first event as Pac Baseball. And from there, we're going to Vegas and then California, and then we end up ending our season in I think mid-November, and then we get ready for the winter ball and workouts, and hopefully by then our indoor facility will be all completed and everything ready to go. Our cages, our turf, everything will be all put into our facility. So then we will then the fun begins because then we have the girls and boys in there getting better because you don't get better on the field, you get better in winter months and in the spring, and it's just we're just going to start to get better. So that's what I'm excited about. So we have a couple busy 2 months ahead of us, and after that, it's going to be going for the season for the spring and summer.
I love it. I love it. I'm so excited, and I'm glad you brought that up because one of the things that is so exciting about this is Larry and I have been around baseball and softball so long. We've heard pretty much everything. All the complaints from the parents, the positive from the parents. We've had the experience with those parents, and when I say those parents, I'm going to put them in quotes because everybody knows those parents. And some of the things that are going on in college right now with the transfer portal, these college coaches are almost not able to coach as well as they used to because if you're maybe too hard on somebody or they don't like your coaching style, they don't really have the patience to learn and grow with you. Like when I went to college, it was like Yeah, I'm happy to be here, and I'm going to be here the whole time you'll have me. I mean, it wasn't. Now it's like, well, my agent, my NLI agent says I could go over to Texas and get $1 million, or I could go over here and do this. And so these college coaches are in this sort of state of flux right now where when they're recruiting, not only do they want to recruit somebody who's super talented and going to be able to contribute right away to their team, they have to recruit somebody who's going to be loyal. And one of the things that we're trying to do with the pack is that is at the heart and soul of the pack. You're part of a family, you're loyal to the family. We will have your back for the rest of your life, whether you're um, at college, whether you're in high school and struggling, whether you're finished with college and want to stay in the game in some sort of capacity after that. One of the things that we're in talks with right now, and I'm going to go ahead and share it, but I won't say the name of it. But we're buying an adult league that we're going to bring into the pack and have those same things. So maybe if you don't want to be finished after college, you have another opportunity to remain with the pack. And can you imagine what that is? Because if I'm a coach in college looking at you and you started at, say, 12U with the pack and you played every single season, every single year with the pack, Larry, what do I know about you as a coach?
Loyal.
Amen. Amen. And you appreciate the value of a good coach. You appreciate the value of playing together as a team. These are things that you don't have to teach. I know as a college coach, I'm not going to have to teach you that freshman year when you come in. I know that's coming in, and you're going to be a good teammate.
100%.
You're going to be a good teammate because if you're not, you don't stick around like that. You naturally get moved away from somebody like us or an organization like us, and you hop around. And coaches know that. They see that. They care about that.
Look at the pack as a farm system. You start young, like anything else, the majors, the double A, triple A. Those teams that are really good, like the Yankees, the Dodgers, they have a great farm system underneath them. They bring guys up every year that's going to contribute into that program once they get there. They are the pitchers, catchers, whatever it may be. And you look at the pack, you start at 11, 12, 13, 14, whatever you do, your coaches will have the same verbiage that we're saying up at the 18 unders and vice versa. So they're going to know what we're asking to teach and how they're going to teach them. So when that kid moves up in the age group from 11 and 12 to 18 under, what we're saying back 5 years ago will be the same way they're talking right now. So it won't be like they won't be missing nothing. And that's how you get better. So you just keep doing it over and over again. It's like the farm system. So 100%. And by doing so, you're just getting that bond with those kids and that team. And all of a sudden now you're a family. And that's when you're tight. You're only as strong as that weak link. When that link breaks, then there's a problem. But when you're strong, you're strong. And it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I love it when you preach, brother. I love it.
I love it.
You got anything to say for that, Campbell?
I mean, I think it's incredible what you all are doing here, and I'm so excited to see this community grow, and I can't wait to see what comes of this.
Hey, question for you, Campbell. What's your NIL budget?
My NIL budget?
Yeah.
Do you?
Do you?
They pay me to play.
Oh, see, exactly.
That's right.
Not a burrito.
That's right. That's right.
My boys pay me.
Exactly.
And they all love you, I promise. I've been around them all. They all love you so much.
That's awesome.
They do anything for you. And that's partly what we're talking about. So in the interest of time, I'm going to go forward a little bit. So in the town of Castle Rock, development is huge right now. There's a lot of things growing. And I can't really tell you the whole scope of it, but let's just say in very short time frame, that is going to be the town, the city in this country that you want to go to if you're going to play softball or baseball, because this experience that we're building, if you can't tell right now, we're passionate about this. and all of that is being thrown into this tournament destination venue and in Castle Rock. And I mean, I can't even sleep at night with how excited. Like if I was a little kid, I would be at this facility every day, every night. I wouldn't even leave.
We may not. We may not, Coach. We may not.
So that being said, let's close this out here and go a little shorter tonight. But let's talk about this community right here and where the value is. So, Larry, hopefully you kind of understand how passionate he is about this and how great of a coach he is. And maybe you don't get that yet, but you will when you join this community. And you will see that hopefully that same thing out of me, that same passion out of Cambell. And we are here to help and join. And that's great. We're expert coaches. We can help. That's great. The real value in this community is the team. It's like anything, right? If you have a great coach, you really can't win if you don't have any players, right? So that's why building this community is so important and bringing players like you in the audience and people who are passionate about this game, like Cambell, like Larry, like myself, and bringing them together in one spot where we can openly talk. So the format is on Monday nights, we'll do this live call. And then on Wednesday nights, we'll actually do follow-up questions from this call. So tonight, this was more about the beginning, right? Painting a big, broad picture for everybody. But going forward, we'll talk about, what does a good teammate look like? How, when you're recruiting people for your competition baseball or softball team, what are you looking for in the parents? Because a bad apple in a parent is almost as bad as a bad apple in a kid, right? And there's some bad apples you can save, and there's some that you just got to pass on. You just got to pass on. And I will never, ever, ever pass on a kid. I mean, I won't. But there have been a handful of times in my life I had to pass on a parent because we're building a family. And again, it's the family that you choose. So this community is the same way. We want these people who are like-minded, who are volunteer coaches, who are college coaches, who are professional coaches, who want to come in here and not only listen to the conversations, but join the conversations and say, hey, I was just out here and we did this and it worked really well. Has anybody ever done this? Am I doing it right? And then somebody from, Lamar Community College or somebody from New Mexico State or somebody from Townsend or somebody from Maryland will say, hey, you know what? We've been doing that for years, and this is what we found works really well. So the value of the community is not necessarily Larry and I. I mean, yeah, are we going to add some value? Of course we are. Is Cambell going to add value? Of course she is. But the value is in the team, in the community, and everybody coming together and giving their piece to make every piece of that team better. You want to add anything to that, Larry?
We've been in this game for so long, and there's not a day that goes by I don't learn something new every day. You just keep your mind open. You will learn something new every single day. So just keep that in mind. And if you have an open mind to a lot of new things, new ideas, new ways of hitting, fielding, anything, look at it and learn, and then take your little piece with it and go with it.
Yeah, and it is even more than that too, right? Because when I went into the rec leagues and started helping with their coaches, and you can probably attest to this, Larry, but you would go into a practice and the coach is like a parent who's never coached before, didn't play at a high level, and they're trying to teach them how to hit and how to run. But you've got a bunch of little kids that are just chaotic running around, and you're like, okay, because you've never managed a practice or planned a practice or done any of that, And you can go on YouTube and this guy will say this and he's right, and this guy will say that and he's right, and that guy will say that and he's right. It's not really getting what you need individually for your team. So when I go out there and I work with these coaches on the field, I'll say, I'm looking at what's happening here. And the first thing we need to do is play a game of kickball. And it's because everybody already knows those rules. They know where to line up. They know how to run the bases, right? And all of those things. I mean, you never know what comes up. Or maybe sometime in the future, we'll teach you guys about trash ball. Or Coach Larry will teach you about why it's so important to hit a basketball off of a tee, which I just found out about the other day, right? So it's absolutely, and what you said is just it can't be better expressed than the way you said it. You've got to have an open mind to be able to get better. And here's the thing: most coaches start out with somebody in their family that they're coaching, whether it's a son or a daughter or a friend, and they start out that way. And I can't imagine that you would want anything less than the absolute best for that person. And having coached as long as we have, we want the absolute best of the coach. We want the absolute best of the parent. We want the absolute best of the kid, to where people are just walking away saying, you know what? The Pack changed my life. That community, that family, that team changed my life. And I want you to be a part of the Pack forever, right? So that's our coaching community. Now we're going to add one little sneak preview tidbit, like sort of like the teaser, right? So everybody knows this is the future. This doesn't exist, but it's in development right now. And we've got the groundwork and the map and everything planned out. We're getting there, right? And Larry, I think you're starting to know what I'm about to tell them. How cool would it be if you played for the Pack, knowing that you're going to have the best experience in your life and you didn't have to pay for it? How cool would that be?
Amazing.
And we'll leave it at that for tonight, but that's what we're doing. We're going to bring this to every kid who needs this, to every coach who needs this, and there will be a point in the not so distant future where nobody has to pay for it. And that is going to be a point where it's kind of like one of my mentors when he had to write. I was just telling Larry about this the other day, I think, or maybe it was my brother. But when he had to write $1 million check to the IRS, he said, I made it.
Yep.
When I collect a player fee from the last player, and that's the last time that a parent has to write me a check to play in this organization, I will know we have made it.
You made it. Yep.
We made it.
Love it. Love it.
Changing lives. All right. Well, that's it for tonight. I will say thank you so much for being a part of this community. If you're watching this video, you're in our community, and thank you so much for being here. Cambell, I can't say how proud I am of you. I tell everybody about you. I got your pictures all surrounding me in this office, your awards. You are such a beautiful person, a beautiful mind. I love you so much. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And Larry, my brother from another mother, I know we haven't known each other that long, but although we traveled separate paths, I promise you they were parallel. And I absolutely love that. I got 3 beautiful, smart, amazing daughters, and you the same, I know. And Larry, I'll let you close it out for us tonight.
Hey, I want to thank you, Coach. I mean, it's been an amazing journey so far, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for us and Pack baseball and softball and aim for the stars, man. I'm excited.
I love it. Go Pack.
Go Pack.
Go Pack.